Twinsburg, Ohio. Chrysler Stamping Plant, 1956 to 2010. In 1955, Twinsburg was a small town with a population of 3,600, with little industry and many working farms. There was one school, 3 traffic lights, a bank, 2 cemeteries, drugstore, and a post office. In November 1955, Chrysler announces their $85 million stamping plant will be built in Twinsburg and not Macedonia, Ohio. Mary Rigner and Mrs. Steve Spileric posted a Welcome Chrysler Corporation sign on Roseberry's department store on the square. In January 1956, Ohio Governor Frank Lausche, Akron Beacon Journal president and editor John S. Knight, and local Ohio mayors joined Chrysler officials, and over 1,000 residents gather for the groundbreaking ceremony. A rubber-coated stainless steel shovel was used to symbolize linking the stamping plant with rubber in Akron. Twinsburg Village declared it Chrysler Day. Townspeople parked Chrysler cars on all 4 sides of Twinsburg Square. Businesses closed, and school was dismissed early. Construction was delayed several times due to union squabbles. July 1956, Bethlehem and Republic steelworkers strike after 2,000 tons of the needed 26,000 tons of structural steel were erected, causing shortages and delays. August, Pennsylvania Railroad files an injunction to halt 1,100 workers from the Building Trades Council who walked off the job over construction of the 3-mile railroad spur to the stamping plant. The Building Trade Council believed their members should build the railroad spur and not the Pennsylvania Railroad. October, federal court orders 275 carpenters to return to work from their 2-week jurisdictional walkout over structural iron workers installing curb angles. November, Henry Hunter, father of 4, dies in a fall from a steel truss. The East Ohio Gas Company ran gas transmission line to the plant, and residents gained access to natural gas service for the first time. By August of 1957, limited production begins. In September, more than 5,000 people have requested information about jobs at the Twinsburg plant. 1962, UAW Local 122 opens its new headquarters on Chamberlain Road across from the plant. The union previously had offices and a rented house. The first housing development in Twinsburg is announced. 400 homes would be built in Glenwood Acres. Even before the plant came online in August 1957, a small newspaper ad enticed buyers to gobble up 250 ranch homes in Glenwood Acres in just 4 hours. 1963, Chrysler starts a $5 million plant expansion to increase the size of the facility to 2.2 million square feet. Governor James Rhodes pledges no tax increases for the next 4 years. In 1969, plant employment reaches 5,200 workers. 1979, workers are restless as Chrysler seeks congressional approval of a bailout of $1.5 billion in loan guarantees to avoid bankruptcy. 1983, Chrysler has repaid its government loans. 2008, the White House announces plans to give Chrysler emergency loans to cut labor costs and restructure. 2009, the White House announces additional aid for Chrysler. April 2009, Chrysler workers approve contract changes as the automaker tries to avoid bankruptcy. The next day, Chrysler files for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection in New York. In May, news begins circulating that Chrysler wants to close the Twinsburg plant. March 2010, Maynard's Industries Limited of Canada offers $45.5 million for the plant at a bankruptcy court auction. 3 weeks later, on March 31st, Chrysler notifies Twinsburg officials and the state that the plant will close July 31, 2010. From 1957 to the early 1970s, every door of every Dodge, DeSoto, Plymouth, and Chrysler car were made at the stamping plant in Twinsburg, Ohio.
Good man, John. Gino. stamping. That's it. We got Mr. Paul Bibbert here. Who wants to get in the picture the last door? That's it. We got Mr. Grable here. Everybody jump in there. We got Lynn, who's been loading them all night. Now everybody wants to take credit. I can take a snapshot here as soon as we get everybody in there. Jump on in there. All right, here we go. Uh-oh, better get a little closer. Okay, here we go. Last door.
By 2010, Twinsburg's population had grown to nearly 19,000 with interstate access. The farms were gone and replaced with housing developments and industrial parks. There were now 5 schools, fast food, and more shopping. By 2012, the jobs and 2.2 million square foot Chrysler plant becomes a memory. In its 53-year production history, it provided thousands of jobs and millions of dollars to the local and state economies.